Quiet, please. Play.
The 2013 Wimbledon Championships have already proved memorable, with excitement and intrigue in good measure, but the third day will live long in the memory for a number of reasons. Reigning champion Roger Federer was expected to make short work of his third-round match against Ukrainian world number 116, Sergei Stakhovsky, particularly after securing the opening set. The Swiss superstar was ahead, but not in control, with Stakhovsky fighting back with a second-set tie-break win. Suddenly, it was game on. One break was enough for the unseeded Ukrainian to take the third set, and after Rafael Nadal's exit on day one, another huge upset was on the cards. The centre court crowd couldn't believe what they were witnessing. A break apiece in the fourth, a tie-break followed, and the seven-time Wimbledon champion faced match points. It was a first ever victory over a top 10 player for Stakhovsky, and the first time Federer has failed to reach the quarter-finals at Wimbledon for 11 years. World number 2 Andy Murray is safely through to the third round. His opponent Yen Xinlu beat the Scot at the Beijing Olympics, but the Murray of 2013 is a very different animal. Racing into a two-set lead, the British number 1 seemed well in control against the world number 75 from Chinese Taipei. The third set was a tighter affair, but ultimately Murray's power and precision were just too much for Liu to contain. Final score 6-3, 6-3, 7-5. So relief for the home fans, but Federer's dramatic exit wasn't the only shock on a brutal third day. World number 7 Jo-Wilfried Tsonga was up against young Latvian Ernest Gulbis, and while two-time semi-finalist Tsonga took the first set, the world number 39 responded well. A break-up in the second, Gulbis was gifted the set following this bizarre rally. Tsonga needed a medical timeout and was not moving well, while his rival was growing into the competition with some aggressive play. Tsonga had battled on, but ultimately after dropping the third set, he conceded defeat, the knee injury forcing the Frenchman to retire, so it was Gulbis who makes it through to the third round for the first time. There was another exciting clash between 2002 Wimbledon champion Leighton Hewitt and Germany's Dustin Brown. Ranked 189 in the world, Jamaica-based Brown's athleticism initially proved too much for the Aussie veteran. Ever the fighter though, Hewitt took the third in a tiebreak with a typically reserved reaction. Ultimately, though, it was a recovery too far for the 32-year-old. Brown saw out the fourth set 6-2 and progresses to the third round of a Grand Slam for the first time. The day would be remembered for a spate of injuries, though. 18th seed John Isner was forced to concede his match against Frenchman Adrian Manarino after just 10 minutes due to a knee injury. While Radek Stepanek couldn't shake off a thigh problem and retired against Jerzy Janowicz while trailing 6-2. Some wouldn't even be able to start their second-round ties in this day of attrition. Number 10 seed Marin Cilic pulled out with a knee injury. And Steve Darcy's fairy tale run is over. Rafa Nadal's conqueror has also been forced to withdraw due to a shoulder problem, from heroic joy to withering despair. And the ladies' competition was affected too. Victoria Azarenka has failed to recover from the knee injury sustained in her opening day match. The world number 2's retirement really opening up the bottom half of the draw. And that should have made Maria Sharapova's task that much easier, but the Russian too was rapidly losing her grip on a third-round place against Portuguese qualifier Michelle Larcher de Brito. Take nothing away from the 20-year-old though, she was a set-up and playing the game of her life. Larcher de Brito had the four-time Grand Slam winner chasing shadows. In a tense final game, the world number 131 missed 4 match points. At the 5th attempt, the 20-year-old held on, the pinnacle of her short career so far. Larcher de Brito reaches the third round of Wimbledon for the first time. So 2 of the biggest names in women's tennis were out, and number 2 court had already proved unlucky for world number 9 Caroline Wozniacki. The Dane had tried to play through an ankle injury sustained against unseeded Czech Petra Texova, but this was yet another shock result. The 9th seed losing in straight sets, 6-2, 6-2. While an injury also affected 2011 champion Petra Kvitova's match, the Czech star progresses, though, without hitting a ball, with her opponent Jaroslava Shvedova yet another addition to the casualty list. And there was another upset earlier on centre court, with last year's girls champion 19-year-old Eugénie Bouchard knocking out world number 12 Anna Ivanovic in straight sets. The Canadian through to the third round on her debut in the senior competition. So what a bizarre day it's been. 7 retirements or walkovers in one day, a Grand Slam record. And with some big names out in the second round, Wimbledon 2013 is shaping up to be quite some event.